welcome to my new video, 20 things to know about Kenya before you're traveling to Kenya. I've traveled a lot of Southern Africa and Kenya was my first country in East Africa, and now I put together a list for you of 20 things that you need to know before traveling to Kenya. And here we go. So, number one, language. In Kenya, they speak Swahili, which is a mixture between Portuguese, Arabic, and the local Bantu language. Swahili is also spoken in other countries, like in parts of other countries like Rwanda, Tanzania, and also Congo. But besides Swahili, most of the people, they speak English in Kenya. Number two, ATM and money. Better make sure you sort out your money in bigger cities like Nairobi or Mombasa, because not like everywhere in the rural cities you find ATMs, or then maybe if you find an ATM, they only accept Visa, they don't accept MasterCard, or the other way around. So always have a little bit of cash with you, or maybe also carry like two different credit cards with you, one Visa, one MasterCard. And then also be aware of that there's a daily limit on some ATMs, so sometimes you can only withdraw like 80 to 100 euros. So this is what I've experienced, so please be aware of that. Number three, safaris in Kenya. So Kenya is one of the most famous safari destinations in Africa, I would even say in the world, because they have some great national parks there, like for example, Nairobi National Park, Masai Mara, also because the area around Nairobi and Masai Mara is like Maasai area, and they've always coexisted with the wild animals. So that's why you can find like a variety of like wildlife there. So the places for you to go: AMBOSELI National Park, Nairobi National Park, Masai Mara, definitely. Number four, plugs. In Kenya, they use the power socket type G. So, number five, yellow fever. When you're traveling to Kenya from a yellow fever area, you need to have a yellow fever certificate. So that you need to show at the border. Also, what I know is when you come from Europe to Kenya, you don't need to have one, but if you want to travel from Kenya to another African country, like I was asked for a yellow fever certificate when I was flying to Cape Town, like from Kenya to Cape Town. So I had to show my certificate. So please make sure where you're traveling from, where you're traveling to, and make sure you have one. So number six, best time to travel. Kenya is actually perfect to travel the entire year, but it also depends on what you're coming to Kenya for. Like if you come for some safaris, then it's good all over the year. But if you come, for example, for the wildebeest migration, like at the Masai Mara, then July to September is your time to be there. But it's also like, be aware of that it's the most expensive season. If you want to go for some beach holidays, then Jan to March is perfect for you. If you come for both, then July to October is perfect. Like both, what I mean is beach holidays and safaris. Number seven, tipping. People that work in bars and restaurants, they don't earn a lot. They are dependent on tips. So please make sure that you tip them at least 10%. Number eight, local food and drinks. There is a strong influence of the Indian and Arabic cuisine in Kenya. So things like chicken biryani, or like chapati, which is like a flatbread with coconut beans. These are things people eat there. Also what is really famous is spiced tea, like tea masala. If you want to read more about like the Kenyan cuisine, check, I put like a link in the description of the video, and there you can see like what they had. Like I found it like super delicious. Check out my post. It's super yummy. Number nine, public transportation and how to get around. So there are different ways of getting around in Kenya. Number one is Uber. So Uber works quite well in the big cities like Nairobi and Mombasa. I've tested it by myself, especially when there's no rush hour. It really works well. If there's rush hour, please forget about Uber. Be aware that they will never arrive. Number two, the matatus, which are like little mini buses, especially if you travel like overland and you're traveling like from city to city, village to village, then Matatu, like during the day. Please make sure that you travel during the day. Is the best and cheapest option for you to travel, because also in order to mingle with the locals. I was with like 200 little chickens in a Matatu. It was so nice. Then there is the bodas. It's like motorbikes which drive you like within the city. Like these are drivers, they drive you from place to place within the city. But please be careful, because most of them don't carry helmets, so, and it can be really dangerous. Please ask your driver for a helmet. And then there is also the tuk-tuks. These are little, I don't know how to describe that. Like it can fit like 3 people. It's like a little like a motorbike, but it's more like a comfortable motorbike, and it fits 3 people. And this is also really cheap to get from place to place within a city or a village. Then there also is a train that goes from Nairobi to Mombasa, which is really worth it to do. It's also not too expensive, so and it's really quick. So yeah, these are the options. Number 10, M-PESA. M-PESA is like sort of an app that you can upload, or like that you can download on your phone, and you can upload money on that. And like a bigger amount of money is paid via M-PESA in Kenya. So they literally pay with their phone. So you will see a lot of people just like typing in numbers, paying with their phone, done. Number 11, people. When I travel Malawi, they say Malawi is the warm heart of Africa because of the people. They are super friendly. When I traveled Kenya, I literally found the same, like super friendly people. Everyone was welcoming. So I can just encourage you, mingle with them, chat to them. They are super friendly. Number 12, rush hour and traffic. I mentioned that already, that like rush hour, like traffic during rush hour is crazy. So in the morning between 6 and 9, and in the afternoon between 4 and 6, especially in the bigger cities, Nairobi, Mombasa, traffic is crazy. Like it can take you for a stretch of 1 to 2 kilometers, it can easily take you 2 hours. So you better avoid that time, like those times, traveling at those times. Hey? Number 13, malaria. Malaria do exist in Kenya, especially in the safari areas, beach areas. Most of the lodges, backpackers, they have mosquito nets, but like still make sure you take pills, precaution, you spray yourself just to be safe. Number 14, places to see in Kenya. I'm just mentioning a few, like Mount Kenya, Kilifi, Diani Beach, Nairobi, Lake Naivasha. Find more of my recommendation in my blog post. You're gonna find like the link to my blog post of 20 things to know about Kenya in the description of the video. Check it out. Number 15, places to stay. Also, like I've stayed in really cool backpackers. I've stayed in a few that weren't like too nice, but I put a list on my blog of where to stay, my recommendation, and just check out the link in the description of the video below. Number 16, visa. Many nationalities need a visa to travel Kenya. You can apply for it online, but you can also get it on arrival. I paid like 40 euros. Sorted. Number 17, airtime, SIM card, data. Usually when I travel a country, I get myself like a local SIM card. There I upload some airtime, I get some data, and in case of emergency, I'm mobile. Like I can contact someone, I can call someone, I also can Google something, and it's most of the time it's really cheap to get like a SIM card to put some data and some airtime. It's really worth it. Just do it. Number 18, safety. Most people, they think like traveling alone as a woman is difficult and it's dangerous and whatsoever. Like I can just say like I felt safe in Kenya. Like I was traveling with the local like I flew there by myself. I sorted my visa. I like booked Uber from going to the airport to my accommodation. I used the Matatu to go like from Mombasa to Kilifi to a beach town. I did that during the day, and I felt safe. Like I was totally fine. I used like the chapa, the tuk-tuks and the bodas like within the cities, and I felt safe. I can just like a general advice. Use common sense. Also, when you stay somewhere, always ask the locals, like the hotels, the places you're staying at. Is it safe to walk there, to go somewhere, and just let them advise you, and then I think you are safe. Number 19, tap water. I know that there were some problems like with the tap water a few years ago, so even the locals, they don't really drink it. So I would advise you to get bottled water just to be safe, then sorry. And last but not least, number 20, safety checks or security checks. Let's call it security checks. So there was like an attack a few years ago in Kenya, so that's why they like sort of launched like security checks whenever you go to like big shopping center or like at the airport. So you might experience that. It's a bit weird, but also it makes you feel safer. So just be aware that this is happening. But besides that, I felt totally safe. Like I can't say anything. Kenya is a beautiful country. It is worth it to travel there, and I can just encourage you, go to Kenya, check it out. I hope you liked my video. Find the link of the blog post in the video description. Subscribe to my channel if you like it, and also give my video a thumbs up, and then I will see you soon. Bye bye.